Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host, Gigi, and everybody is talking about Jay-Z. If you guys did not know, Jay-Z was just filed in a civil lawsuit against him. A 13-year-old back in 2000s accused Jay-Z and Diddy of raping her. Yes, it is so sad. She said Jay-Z was the one that did it, and Diddy tried to go after him. And people are saying that Jay-Z and Diddy, they both been doing the horrible things to boys and girls. I ran across the Black Conservative, and I would love to react to what he has to say on his channel. So I think that you guys will enjoy his commentary and what he has to say. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I just can't say it enough. Thank you all for the likes to share. So let's see what he has to say and any updates about this Jay-Z lawsuit. Are you guys ready? I know I am.
It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
In your public statements, you've mentioned 8 videos, 8 celebrities. 6 of them men and 2 of them women. Can you tell me where that's inaccurate?
You're right.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
All.
Were victims?
They victims.
Perpetrators.
Victims.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
How did you end up in possession of these flash drives?
I ended up with the flash drive with a friend from a record label that I was, at the time I was recording in Atlanta. And I ran into a person that knew Kim Porter. So at the same time, she wanted to speak to me on the phone because she heard my voice. He said, who that? That's Courtney B. And then later on that night, he came over and gave me the flash drive.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about a story that I have not talked about on my channel yet, at least not in any type of significant detail, because the story involving Diddy and his parties and all the things he was doing that, again, is ungodly in nature. You know, it was kind of like, okay, the sky's blue type of moment, right? It was like, okay, I mean, I think everybody kind of knew that this is what these Hollywood weirdos were into. The question for me was really about who is involved, right? Who else is involved with Diddy? Okay, we all know that Diddy allegedly, again, was sex trafficking. He was having these parties where he would drug people and get them to perform sexual acts that required so much physical exertion that they had to get IV fluids afterwards. Okay, I mean, these things were called freak-offs. Okay, freak-offs. And sometimes they were videotaped without the victim knowing. And now he's been arrested by the feds. He's been held in jail after trying to get out on bail 3 times, but he's been denied all 3 times. And he's been charged with federal racketeering and sex trafficking. So, my question was not whether or not these things were happening, again, because we all know that some of these Hollywood widows into this stuff. It's about who else was into it, right? How deep does this go? Okay, and we are getting some hints in regards to who potentially was involved. That's also another big name celebrity, as Jay-Z has been sued for allegedly assaulting a 13-year-old girl along with Diddy. Take a look.
That involves both Jay-Z and Diddy. Now, this is an amended complaint accusing Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. This is a new civil filing, and we see the anonymous accuser here alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an MTV Music Video Awards after party. This lawsuit was originally filed in October, just today refiled to include Jay-Z. I mean, let's start with the basics here. What are you learning about this? What is standing out to you?
Well, what is standing out to me is she was very specific about several things. She describes the house, she describes the driveway, she describes the exact assault, what happened. She talks about various stages of things that occurred. And I think that this is good because this way it can either be corroborated or not corroborated. So she's painted herself in a corner.
Why add Jay-Z now? If this originally was filed back in October, why not do it then?
Very interesting question. I think, we're seeing the same attorney for many of these complainants. And I think we're going to see more and more people added. I think there's a lot that they were looking to prove, and maybe they didn't quite have what they thought they needed to file against Jay-Z initially.
Yeah, so Jay-Z used to have 99 problems. I think now he just has one, okay? He has one big problem, okay? Because he is now being dragged down with Diddy, and the walls are starting to close in on these Hollywood weirdos, right? Especially those in the rap industry, okay? I'm just waiting for all the names to come out, okay, to see who else was allegedly involved. But yeah, this is a big deal for Jay-Z because this guy has a ton of endorsements. He has a ton of business deals, and with these type of allegations, this guy's career could go under, right? Almost immediately, okay? Just as fast as they sunk Kanye, okay? So I don't know, man. This is not good. And Jay-Z seems to be in full-blown panic, okay? He released a strongly worded letter via Roc Nation denying these allegations. So let's get into it.
Rap and media mogul Jay-Z now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this lawsuit was originally filed back in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Diddy as the defendant, but it was just refiled today to include Jay-Z now, whose real name is Shawn Carter. Of course, he's the husband of Beyonce. The anonymous accuser alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an after party following the MTV Video Music Awards. The suit says she was offered a drink that made her feel, quote, woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. Shortly after, the suit claims Jay-Z and Diddy entered the room where she was resting, eventually sexually assaulting her. And now, just in the last hour, we are hearing from Jay-Z and his team of lawyers. They're denying the claim and say that they are the victims of blackmail, saying, quote, I will not give you one red penny, and my only heartbreak is for my family.
Yeah, this is panic, right? This is full-blown panic right now. Okay, capital letters. I will not give you one red penny. Okay, so he's basically saying that he's being blackmailed. Now, who knows? All I'm saying is that what this accuser is saying seems to be consistent with some of the federal documents in regards to what allegedly went down, right? Especially when it comes to drugging people, okay? And they had all types of ways to do it. I mean, they were drugging people via the lotion. They were drugging people via the water, the drinks. I mean, it was some crazy stuff, right, that these people are into. So, I don't know if it's true or not. I have no clue whatsoever. I'm just saying, this guy is definitely in panic mode. If I was him, I would definitely be worried.
Joining us now to break this all down as it's happening, News Nation Law and Justice contributor, former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer. Jennifer, thanks for staying with us on this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And so we just received a response from the victim's lawyer, really just in the last few minutes. Take a look. This is on social media. A lawyer, Tony Busby, saying Jay-Z has, quote, tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff, but his conduct has had the opposite impact. He goes on to say that the allegations speak for themselves and he will let the facts come out in court, not in the media. What do you make of this real-time back and forth that we're seeing between these two parties tonight?
Well, it is interesting. And I think it's because Jay-Z came out so strongly and said, listen, I'm going to go after you. And then he filed a suit quickly on the heels of the other suit against Busby and the accusers. So because of that, you're seeing this taunting sort of back and forth in the media.
Do you believe that we may see Jay-Z face a judge? And if so, when would we see him in court? Any indication there yet?
Well, we're definitely going to see him, I believe, on this suit. There are so many details. You know, they describe a house, a driveway, another woman being there. They discuss about a driver taking her. So she's locked into this story now, and that means there could be additional witnesses to corroborate her story or refute the story.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned the specificity of the details really stand out to you in this filing. Do you find it strange that the filing originally did not include Jay-Z, just Diddy, and now Jay-Z is suddenly added today? I mean, does that make Jay-Z's addition in any way less credible, or is this not in fact so unusual?
It's not unusual when they're still digging up information and facts to prove the allegations that they're trying to make. In addition, remember, this 13-year-old says there's a female there. That has not been disclosed either. That will be very interesting because she could be culpable in this as well.
Yeah, that is interesting. Do you expect we are going to be seeing other celebrity names added and refiled in other lawsuits involving Diddy?
I do. I think this really has a web that wraps around many different people, and I think we're going to see a lot more people named.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's going to happen too. Now, again, there is a possibility that these accusers could be opportunists in the sense that they're saying, okay, we're going to try to cast a wide net here and essentially accuse other people who seem to be close to Diddy, right? Like Jay-Z, okay? We're going to accuse them as well too, right? And we're going to implicate them and throw them all in there and try to get some money, right? That could also be what's going on here. I don't know, right? I don't know, okay? All I know is that the allegations against Diddy are insane, right? And again, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot more people are involved. That's all I'm saying, okay? And Jay-Z and Diddy, they have a long relationship going back decades. Wouldn't be surprised. Nothing would surprise me at this point, to be honest with you. But let's actually read Jay-Z's response, right? The whole response so we can get all the details about how he's responding to this. He says, my lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a quote-unquote lawyer named Tony Bugsby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? I mean, hey, all I'm saying is that the standard of proof for a criminal complaint is a lot higher, okay, than a civil one. And since this happened so long ago, it would probably be much harder to prove it in a criminal court rather than civil court. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Bugsby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for the family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Okay, so yeah, this is again a very interesting response from Jay-Z. Again, I'm not saying here nor there whether or not this dude was actually involved. All I know is that I can't wait until more information comes out about who allegedly was involved. Okay. Also on top of that, this is why I'm so excited about Kash Patel being the director of the FBI, because he has been very, very, very adamant about how there needs to be mass declassifications of certain documents, certain files, like JFK files, the Epstein files, the 9/11 files, and hopefully again we find out more about stuff like what's going on with Diddy and stuff like that, the Diddy list. Okay, I want to know all this stuff, right? I want to know everything.
To me, what you said is the most important: restoring trust.
Yes.
In our agencies and departments. That the way to do that is not to get a piñata and just punch him mercilessly and hoping for some bubble gum to pop out. The way to do that is to literally give the American people the truth. And that's what they feared about Donald Trump. He's going to come in there and maybe give him the Epstein list and maybe give him the P. Diddy list. You know, he's going to come up there and maybe do all of these things, and they are terrified.
Yeah, I believe that's part of the reason why Jimmy Kimmel was crying last night on his program. But also, I believe that this is something that the American public desperately want. And most importantly, this is how you restore honor and how you restore trust. Now, many may not know, some will, that you are personally responsible for the research on the Russiagate collusion. Everything we know about Russiagate, and we know maybe like less than half of what really happened with Russiagate, Kash Patel is the one who found it out with Devin Nunes. So Kash, you have an excellent pedigree in rooting out the truth. Will we get the full Diddy list? Will we get Epstein? Will we get JFK? Will we get the rest of what happened with Russia collusion?
That's what I want. That's what I want as me as an American citizen. That's what I want in terms of achieving that restoration of respect for government in DC that's been gone for like 50, 60 years.
Yeah, I want to see the list. I want to see everything. Because when it comes to this Diddy stuff, right, it's not just Holly weirdos that are in question, right, and rappers and people in the entertainment world. You also have politicians as well too, right? Allegedly, you have politicians that may have been running in these circles with Diddy, right? So I'm just saying, there's a whole lot more information to come out, to be disclosed in 2025. Maybe 2025 is the year of disclosure. Okay?
We're seeing the same
Wow. You know, it's so much. I want to know, what are your thoughts about this? Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at The Messy Sweet Spot, and I'll see you guys on another upload. Bye.